Hi Christy, I'm Kristen and I'm a physical therapist. From the information you sent, you are a tennis player and you've reported a gradual increase in shoulder pain, mostly with overhead activities. As you've described, you don't have a lot of pain down through this motion, and once you get your shoulder all the way up, you're not in very much pain, but you do have pain through these ranges here. You've described your pain at rest most of the time as very minimal. Occasionally it increases when you've done a lot of overhead activities, and then when you do those overhead activities it gets quite sharp through here. You also have described that you stay very active. So I'm going to assume that you have access to a gym or some sort of weights. If not, you can also just purchase some weights to use at home. So I'm going to show you 3 exercises that I want you to do that will help strengthen your rotator cuff. When the rotator cuff is weak, you get improper timing, which can cause pain through a painful arc is what we describe it. And often that is where you develop an impingement syndrome in the shoulder. Yours is in your right shoulder, so I'll show you exercises for the right, but you could go ahead and do it on both, because sometimes I know with tennis you might have to do something overhead with the left hand. So when there's acute inflammation, if you've played tennis and you're achy and sore, particularly at rest, I want you to ice. So you're going to use cold packs or ice packs, frozen peas, whatever you have access to. And I want you to ice your shoulder for 15 minutes 2 or 3 times a day. And that should really help control the inflammation of those structures that are getting impinged. Then I'm going to have you do 3 exercises that is going to strengthen the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff, when we lift our arm up overhead, actually depresses the humerus here that allows the shoulder to glide smoothly so those structures don't get pinched. And oftentimes, even when we're active and we stay strong, we forget to strengthen the rotator cuff. And the rotator cuff mostly does shoulder rotation this direction. So these 3 exercises I'm going to show you are going to be to strengthen the rotator cuff. The exercise, the first one I'm going to have you do is I'm going to show you everything for your right arm. You're going to lie on your right side on that shoulder, and you're going to just take a hand weight and you're going to pull it up and slowly down. And you're going to do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. So the weight I want you to use is probably somewhere between 3 and 5 pounds, depending on how strong you are. You should be able to complete all 3 sets pain-free. If you notice that your shoulder's getting tired after just 1 set or 2 sets, then I want you to stop, because we don't want to work into pain. Your shoulder already understands enough pain. So after you do 15 repetitions, I'm going to have you rest, and then you're going to complete the other 2 sets. So the things that are important is that you do nice, slow, and controlled movement. You control it up as well as down, so you're not just dropping your shoulder down, because that'll cause more torque to the shoulder. Then you're going to switch to the other side. And again, I'm going to still show you with the right arm. And you're going to lie on your side, keeping your elbow in towards your body, and you're going to come straight up and slowly down. And the same rule applies. You're going to do 3 sets of 15. If your arm gets too tired, you're going to go ahead and stop and let your goal be that you can complete 3 sets of 15. I'd rather have you do perfect controlled movements than compensate because the weight gets too heavy. And I'm going to have you rest for a couple minutes in between each set, and then repeat and do 3 sets of 15. So it's a nice controlled movement. The next exercise I'm going to have you do, ideally you're going to be doing this in standing, but you can also do it sitting as long as you're sitting in a good upright posture. And your arms are going to be kept straight, and they're going to be at about a 45-degree angle here out in front of you. I don't want you coming up this high. I want you to keep it right below shoulder height. Then it's going to be a controlled motion. So you're going to have weights in your hands and you're going to come up and slowly down. And again, you're going to do 3 sets of 15. So you're going to do 3 to 5 pound weights. 5 pounds is quite heavy to do 3 sets of 15 with this. And it's going to be a controlled motion, and the motion should be pain-free. All the exercises should be pain-free. If you go into a gym, gyms often are set up with pulley systems that you could do this rotational movement standing. If there's a pulley attached here, and you can pull in towards your body this direction, and then you want to do the opposite direction and pull out. So if you have those pulleys systems available at a gym, you can do that as part of your exercise and not use the free weight. I hope that helps you. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us. Be well.